lost in the occasion, no bite, no fight, cowardly, zero gambles. I'm lost for words with what I just witnessed there with Arsenal in a game which had so much riding on it. As an Arsenal fan, you would give them much more respect. You give them respect fully if they went out in a blaze of glory. If they would have gone for it full throttle, but no, they whimpered their way into half time and then came out with even less bottle than they went in the game. It was a pathetic performance against a Newcastle team, which we made look like Barcelona. It was embarrassing to watch. Mikel Arteta and every single one of them Arsenal players needs to take a look at themselves after that game. Absolutely disgraceful. The Tottenham game was bad enough. To lose to our arch rivals the way we did, capitulated 3-0 during the week. The Arsenal fans have to go to work on an everyday basis and get mugged off by the noisy neighbours down the road. That's more than enough to ruin your week. But then to come up against Newcastle, knowing full well deep down inside that we probably weren't going to get something out of that game. If every Arsenal fan looks at themselves seriously after the Tottenham game, we all knew deep down inside that this game was going to be not only tough, but are we actually going to get something out of it? And within 2 minutes, you knew we weren't. Within 2 minutes, you knew we weren't. When Gary Neville is talking about us at half time, talking about this is a good position Arsenal are in. Arsenal had their pants pulled down at half time. 69% possession to Newcastle. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. And welcome Steve to the podcast. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? I'm doing. How you doing?
So it's rough. Like there's I say there's no words for it, but I just spewed 2.5 minutes of absolute garbage, which is probably more entertaining than that match for an Arsenal fan. It was horrible.
And everything you said there was true, and there's nothing that you said there that I wouldn't have said myself. You put it perfectly, and maybe Mikel Arteta after the game could do with you in that dressing room, because that's what they need to be told. That was cowardly tonight.
It was.
That was a cowardly support performance. Yes, we have injuries.
Mm.
Yes, they're young kids. Yes. But from the 11th minute, I knew how this game was going to pan out.
Mm.
I just knew what was going to happen, and I knew we was going to win the game. But one thing I didn't know was how we was just going to roll over, have our bellies tickled by a team who everyone seems to think is this great, fantastic football team.
No.
They're useless. They're used to got people like Dan Burn in the side, Joe Linton, Maximin, who's been absolute toilet all season, giving our defenders the run around. And midfield, players like Longstaff, schooling our midfield. Just, I'm embarrassed tonight. Damn embarrassed. Mikel Arteta, I don't know what to say too much about him. I don't know what he's feeling tonight. He just looks a little bit lost on the touchline.
He did. He looked lost.
He couldn't. He's as if to say, "I can't believe what I'm seeing."
Yeah.
What am I seeing? And he did try, to be honest with you. He started throwing everything at the beginning, but every single player. There's not one good thing I can say about any player. There's a couple that you could say just stood up, but the rest of them were an absolute disgrace. And the thing that I can't get this, you mentioned the Tottenham game. Yeah, fair enough, right? You've already mentioned it. But to be honest with you, I couldn't care less about that, right? I always knew that if we got beat by that team, right, which I pretty much thought that we would, to be honest with you, I knew that we all still could go in to beat Newcastle and Everton to get in the Champions League. It just looked like for the biggest game of the season and for there to be so much at stake, that was an absolute disgrace. And the truest words that you ever said there, they've got to take a serious look at themselves. Not due to the fact that they got beat, but just that they bottled it. They bottled it tonight, and an absolute. They've let the fans down big time tonight, and they should give the money back to those fans that have gone all the way up to Newcastle, because that was an absolute disgrace. Yeah. A real disgrace.
It was. And I don't often use that word because I find that it gets banned around a lot. But we're against Newcastle, and when you make Joe Linton look like Didier Drogba in his prime, then there's a big problem. There's a big problem because you got bullied. You got bullied by Joe Linton. Like Bruno Guimaraes showed why Arsenal probably should have put some money into getting him in a January transfer window. Matty Long, you're making Matty Longstaff, Sean Longstaff look like they should be playing for Man City. Like what is going on? What is going on? And then these long shots. Oh. When we're trying to get into the game and people are popping off 35, 40-yard long shots when there's 4 or 5 players in front of them. Keep the momentum going. Get some momentum going. That when we ain't had the ball for ages, yeah, and someone, as soon as we get the ball, pops off a long shot, yeah, that shows to the other team you've got no ideas. That shows to the team you've got no ideas. Every time we were outside the area, it looked like we wanted to take a long shot. You weren't trying to break in between the lines. You weren't trying to thread balls. You weren't trying to win corners, throws, get it gradually. No, you're trying to go for a Hollywood goal. Like that's going to spark the game. Like, what is going on?
I don't know what I've watched tonight. I still can't believe it. I still can't get my head around what I've just witnessed. It seems to me like I can go back to a few years ago when we was on the verge of getting the Champions League, and they played against Brighton, and it was the same as this. Do they want to get in the Champions League? Yeah? Is there players there that think, well, if I get in the Champions League, we might get some decent players going, and then what's that going to do for my career? Because I can't believe that performance tonight.
Yeah,
I seriously can't. Mikel Arteta has got to come out after that game and lambast them. I don't really agree with lambasting players and stuff like that. But tonight, I think he can't come out and say anything else other than that was an absolute, absolute shit show.
Yeah, it was.
It's hard to put into words what I've seen, and I think we're like this, Kieron, because just due to the fact that this was the Champions League. We can go in tomorrow about reasons why now. We've come to the end of the season, yeah? And we can put together reasons why we were in this situation and of tonight, But tonight's performance, absolute disgrace, let down to the fans, give the fans their money back. You've already said we've got to go, people got to go into work tomorrow, and we've got to be taking the piss out by Man United fans, which is an absolute, not being funny, which is an absolute joke to get taken a piss out by them. Right, to be honest with you, to be fair. I'm on about your mates can have a laugh with you, but you're getting absolutely serious pundits, talking like I've seen on Twitter after the game, saying absolutely ridiculous things. I'm fed up with it. I'm just fed up. This performance, I can't. Do you know what? I want to sort of forget football now until the next season, and that's how I feel at the minute. I'm that gutted.
Well, let's get on to the player ratings. Yeah, it was not good. not good viewing from Arsenal. And look, even if Arsenal were to have come out that game where I think it was, if we would have drawn, we'd have been level on points with Tottenham. Like, we needed a win today. There was no take a draw. What, you think Tottenham are going to drop points against Norwich? Like even the other day, it's like, oh, we need Burnley to do us. No, we don't. We need to go into Newcastle with a mindset that we have to win our next 2 games, which is what would have been the case. Even if we've got a point against Tottenham, we still would have had to go into our next games and win the next 2 games.
Yeah.
It was always going to have to be that we need to win these next 2 games. If we didn't, we were done for. All right, let's get on to the player ratings.
Yeah.
Aaron Ramsdale, probably the only player on the team that was able to walk out of his head held high in the end.
He made a couple of very good saves that kept us in the game. Quite a laughable statement, isn't it? Really, when you look at the whole 90 minutes now, because I think he could have done back somersaults with like that Cumbria goalkeeper's kick save that he did, and it still wouldn't have made a difference to, But he made a couple of good saves. He was a bit suspect. His kicking was a bit dodgy at time. He gave at the beginning.
Yeah, I think he had to change his boots, didn't he?
Yeah,
which is criminal. Look, as a goalkeeper, he will know as well as anyone else who's a goalkeeper. There is no reason, no excuse for you to be slipping over multiple times at the start of the game. Yeah. You're out on the pitch half hour before everyone else, testing the ground, whether you wear molds, mixed or studs.
It's not professional, is it?
It's not professional. It's not professional. You know full well that you should have been wearing mixed studs. You was clearly wearing molds there. It was evident. It was clearly evident. 3 slips in the first 10 minutes.
Is this a lack of older heads, Kieron? So someone in the dressing room saying, "Well, you're got the wrong boots on for."
No, it probably is. It is.
What? There's no older heads there, is there?
No, there's not.
Xhaka was sort of putting it, looking around, going as if to say, "What the hell am I looking at here? What's going on around me?" And he's the only old head. It's lacking leaders is an absolute understatement at Arsenal Football Club. And you look at we'll talk about another. I'm going to give Ramsdale a 6 anyway.
All right, Ramsdale gets a 6. Yeah, he made some very good saves tonight. Kicking was a bit off at the start, but I think he stopped us from being embarrassed. If I'm honest, even more so. Yeah, could have been 4 or 5 against Newcastle, which is an absolute shocker. Gabriel.
Yeah, he didn't look. He looked. Wilson was giving him torrids. Most of the time. Every time Wilson got the ball, he was running at Gabriel, and he looked in trouble. He looked like Wilson was gonna, whether he was fit or not, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't 100% fit, but you fancied Wilson against Gabriel every single time tonight. And again, giving balls away through passing it through to Xhaka or Neni and giving it straight to players. The amount of times the ball was given away tonight from the backs was was ridiculous. You just couldn't do a pass. But no, I thought it was a bad day at the office for Gabriel. Could be down to fitness, but I give him a 4.
4 for Gabriel. Yeah, he was off. He was definitely not at the races today. I do feel like we've patched together this defence. Sorry, it's Ben White. Ben White.
Again, the same. Right from the off, he looked nervous. Mm-hmm. Got a book in. I think in the first 15 minutes. Every time St. Maximin was coming up against Wilson or St. Maximin, he looked a bag of nerves. Mm-hmm. Even do you know what? Even when he was coming out of the tunnel at the beginning, I looked at Ben White and I'm thinking, you look really nervous, pal. It was seriously. That was the first thing I thought of, and he just wasn't right on the pitch tonight. Again, could be down to fitness, but all I can do. I mean, the own goal, unlucky, I suppose. Put his foot out, goes in. We've seen it happen with the best of central defenders. But I can only give him what I give Gabriel. Give him a 4.
Yeah, 4 for Ben White. Tomiyasu.
He got ripped a new one, didn't he? Some Maximum just had him on toast. I mean, he was like, again, when he was running at him, he had a nightmare before he went off. Again, was it fitness? You know, I don't know, but he didn't have a good night. You know what reminded me of his performance tonight again when he was playing against Cucurella? It was that type of performance. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. I can only give him a 3 because he came off early. He would have got a 4, the same as the others, I suppose, but he came off. So I give him a 3. Can't believe it.
Tavares.
What is he doing? What was that? He's just crazy guy. I just don't know what he just needs to be rolled in. He's just Colatori Mark II for me at the minute. You just don't know what he's going to do. I mean, the throwing to give away the ball for the first goal, I mean, that is just criminal. That's you know, I don't know what the word is, but to not be able to know how to take a throw in, and then they get the break, and then they go and score a goal, and yeah, and he looked under pressure all night long. So I give him a 3 as well.
Tavares for 3.
But none of them done themselves proud of glory, you know. But the defence got ripped.
Granit Xhaka.
Well, Granit Xhaka, second half he weren't too bad. He was trying to push the ball about. He did give the ball away a couple of times. He didn't. He wasn't playing the balls through that like we've seen him this season. Then again, at the same time, there wasn't the running from the forwards tonight was absolutely pathetic. It was diabolical. The movement up front. It was an average performance. I give him a 5.
5 for Xhaka. El Neni.
Yeah, well, El Neni, it's. I think his good games ran out tonight. You know, because the midfield he looked lost. He looked lost.
I don't understand why, because his game's meant to be so simple, but it was almost as if like he felt like he had more time on the ball when Newcastle were always going to be on the front foot. They're always going to be at our feet. Always going to put the pressure on us. So I just don't understand why our midfield felt the need to hold that ball 1 second too long. Like not shape their body to be ready for that pass straight away, know where they're going to play it. It was touch, put it to the foot, get it onto your stronger foot, either pressed or tackled, or I'm trying to get it out of underneath my feet. It was always a panic. Like, I just didn't understand.
Yeah, simple passes tonight were just. I kept saying to my missus when I was watching it, I was getting the ball, and I'm saying, watch him give it away again in a minute. Watch him pass it away. They couldn't hold on to the ball for more than 2 passes. You know, the pressing from Newcastle, they was on us. It was like we were scared. It looked like we were scared tonight. I can't put my finger. It was an absolute disgrace before. I mean, El Neni, as you already said, simple passes. Do the simple thing. You know, that's why you're there, to do the simple things. He was passing he passed the ball out for a throw on, for God's sake. Oh my God. I mean, what? You got Tavares can't make a throw, passing balls out for throws on. We've praised El Neni in the last few weeks, and he's been, but tonight, you know, we have to take it, you know, game by game, and he was bad tonight. He was bad. Yeah. I'm going to give him a 3.
3 for El Neni. Martin Odegaard.
It's non-existent. Non-existent. I mean, how much have we praised this guy over the last few weeks? Best player nearly every single week. Tonight, where was he? Where was he? He was trying to do things. He was trying to buzz about, but again, non-existent. The actual, there was no chances being made. There was no, as I said, the actual sort of our sort of offensive play tonight was just non-existent. It wasn't there. It was an absolute disgrace. It's the worst I've seen this season, and I've seen some bad games this season from our front players. Tonight was up there with probably the worst because of what was so much was on it. But he tried. I'll give him a 5.
Right, 5.
Yeah, Johnny's right. We were scared. Young kids got no. They're just their bottle went. Johnny, it's some big changes got to happen in the summer. I know that.
Yeah, Johnny says it's a learning curve for the youngsters. It's just a shame it's at the expense of Spurs. He also said, honestly, I think things started going wrong against Spurs, and the youngsters thought this wasn't in the script, and we had no quality and inexperienced players to lift them and drag them through. Yeah, I mean, look, I think like as we've seen this season, the games where we've seen to that have rocked us are the game where we had it against Man United, where we should have got something out of it and we didn't. So it was like that disbelief that we didn't get something out of a game when we should have done. It rocked them for a couple of games. The game against Liverpool, we got our asses handed to us after being on a really good run. So it was the first bit of realisation. The loss against Crystal Palace, which was just what the hell against a team that you should be is going to be tough, but you shouldn't be beaten 3-0 against. And this game against Tottenham, I just feel like it's going to be the same as we've seen previously, where it's going to take them a few games to get out of it, and the Everton game's going to come too soon. They're a team that are also in a similar situation. They're fighting relegation. They ain't going to want to go down without a fight. And I see this going the same way as the Everton game, even though the pressure will be off, as the Newcastle game, even though the pressure will be off. And I don't see us getting anything out of it. After 5 minutes of seeing that game against Newcastle, I didn't fancy us against Newcastle tonight, and I don't fancy against Everton next week. And that's not just me. It's because it's what I've seen this season. It takes us a little while to get out of this. And I've not seen us come back after one game straight away so far. So maybe we can get something against Everton, but it's all too little, too late. Bukayo Saka,
awful. I thought he was absolutely awful tonight again. I was watching him. I was waiting for him for Dufa. I can't keep going on about his shooting, but oh my god, he's got to go grab someone. And if Jesus comes to the club, which who knows now, it was the only sort of thing that could hold back the signing. But I thought Xhaka would, again, like Odegaard, was non-existent. Couple of shots which was like nothing happened. There was a moment in the first half where I don't know who it was running down the right side. It might have been Tomiyasu. Saka's got the ball. He's running towards the goal. I think it was Tomiyasu who's running down on his right. All he had to do was play Tomiyasu in, and he's decided to play like a 40-yard ball across the other side of the pitch to Emil Smith-Rowe, who couldn't control it, and it went out for a throw on. And I'm screaming at the TV and say, Saka, why aren't you looking? There's a guy just coming down the side. No vision. Tonight, there was like nothing. It was like they were blinded to what they had to do, or they wasn't concentrating on what was the occasion. Just got too big for them, and it seemed like it got too big for Saka tonight. Shooting was off. As I said, I was really annoyed with that in the first half where we could have put Tomiyasu in on goal, and he decided to do a 40. That was, I thought, what are you doing, pal? But he had a couple of runs down the flanks, which he always tries to do something. But again, similar to Odegaard, a really bad day at the office for him. I'll give him a 4.
Yeah, Saka with a 4. Not a good performance at all. I agree with that. That shot was the start. I think it was one of the first ones where there was no need to have a shot, and he's popping off shots. It's frustrating because it actually it kills momentum. Depending on your teammates, I've seen it many a time where one didn't pass and the next one ain't passing, the next one didn't pass and the next one ain't passing. It happens. I've seen it. You didn't pass to me, I ain't passing to you. Next time I get an opportunity, I'm shooting next time. Like, and that's how it gets. That's how people are petty. Footballers are petty. Trust me, it can happen in a game. And yeah, these long shots. I see fully why Arsene Wenger used to ban them. It used to be drive us mad that no one was having long shots. But I tell you what, like, how many do we score a season? Genuinely, how many 30-yard goals do you score a season? 2, 3? How many shots do we have where we're popping off 30, 40-yard shots? 50, 60? Like, sort it out. Sort it out. It's ridiculous.
Saka's had the third highest shots in the whole of the Premiership this season.
Yeah.
It tells you something. It tells you something.
Yeah, he's not got his shooting boots on. Smith Rowe.
Oh dear, he was worse than Saka.
He was the worst on the pitch.
What was he doing? Did he? He didn't do anything, did he? There was nothing he did. He didn't know he was on the pitch.
I was taking him off at half time. He was. I don't even know why he started, if I'm honest.
He's shot.
I don't know why he started, because Martinelli, when he came on against Newcastle the last time he played, scored within seconds, and Martinelli is just more athletic and can stretch play a bit more. And I don't feel like this was a game where it didn't feel like it was going to ever be a game where Newcastle were going to sit in and low block. Like, Newcastle under Steve Bruce, yes. Newcastle under Eddie Howe, no. So I didn't understand that change. Because I thought it would be just more of an impact in having someone who's just going to keep the defenders busy, keep them on the back foot, keep them on their heels, and keep them pinned back, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think it didn't even make a difference. Smith Rowe, what are you giving him?
3.
3 for Smith Rowe.
Close. He's lucky he didn't get a 2. It was that bad.
He was rubbish. Eddie Nketiah.
I ain't got a lot of Eddie tonight. He I don't know. He just wasn't getting the service. He wasn't getting the ball. He done a couple of runs in the first half, but we need a lot better than Eddie Nketiah, for next season. But
even so, like, I think you could have had prime Ronaldo up top. Like, did we give any of the ball?
No, exactly. He had no service. I think the only bit of service he got was in the first half when he was. I think he got the ball on the edge of the box, and he cut inside, and he sort of made the chance for himself.
Yeah.
There was never any chances where he was played through.
No.
I mean, the crossing tonight from the flanks was just, was absolutely pathetic, But I give Eddie a 5, but we need a lot better than Eddie next season.
I mean, there's no point in giving a subsidy scores. I
thought Cedric did all right when he come on. I thought
Cedric.
I just thought he was done all right when he come on. He was. It seemed that Maximin was a bit quieter when Cedric come on. He used his brain. He's a very intelligent footballer. He's experienced, and he seemed that he knew how to had to mark St Maximin, and he was out of the game, and he did get forward a couple of times, and he put in a couple of good crosses from the corners and that, which before that in the first half the corners were absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, he did all right, but yeah, you can't really do the subs. 5. He did all right. He did all right though. I thought he did all right.
Right. Mikel Arteta.
Well, again, it's like the Tottenham game. What we look at it and we think, what could he have done any differently? Was it a mistake playing Emil Smith Rowe? I think it was. I don't think he should have started. I was quite surprised to see him there.
Yeah, there's nothing that Emil Smith Rowe's done in the last 10 games to warrant starting.
No.
I get that he's one of the top goal scorers in the team. He had an excellent start to the season. He had an excellent first half of the season. So I'm not doing him any justice by saying he's had an excellent start. He had an excellent first half of the season, which got him into the England squad. But he got a couple of niggling injuries. Martinelli came in, held down his spot, and when Smith Rowe has come back in, he's not done anything to warrant staying in the team, in my eyes.
No, but yeah, so that to me was a mistake. I think the players let Arteta down tonight more, because I think that the players just rolled over, and you say we let them tickle their bellies. It's very difficult if you've managed a Sunday side, or if you've managed. I mean, I've managed Sunday sides. I've managed kids sides. Sometimes you can do all the training and all the prep in the week, and when they go out in the pitch, you can look at them and think, "What are you doing? That's not what I told you to do." And why the last 5-6 games have, we've been fantastic, and tonight you've decided to roll over and not play. And I've been in that situation quite a few times in my short management career. But it sort of goes, in whatever level of management or coaching that you do, you can only do what you can on the pitch, and we know what these players are capable of. So I'm sure Arteta was shocked tonight with what you see. So I'm not going to be too harsh because of that. So I'm going to give him, because at the end of the day, that team on the pitch still should have beat Newcastle in my eyes. So I'm going to give him. I want to give him a 6. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6 because I think they let him down. And as I said, he probably done everything he could in training, like he does every other week, to get him ready for the match.
Mikel Arteta. Well.
You ready with this?
Look, I think he's been excellent all season, and this isn't about how he's been all season as a manager. I know he hasn't been getting the credit that he's due when he's due it, but these 2 games have been utterly pathetic in my eyes. A massive game, North London derby against Tottenham, and yes, certain players let you down, but I look at the performance of Rob Holding, and I wonder how much of that was tactics to press on. So I'm pointing the finger there at Mikel Arteta there, which then leads us into this game. Underprepared, because we've got players in the team that are not fully fit. Ben White hasn't played in 4 weeks, but had 1 training session. This does boil down to, yes, the players let him down, but the manager, the buck stops with the manager, and these last 2 games were so poor. It is. You don't want it to undo what has been an excellent season or a very good season.
Because we would have taken this, wouldn't we?
These two performances are now going to epitomise our season, are now going to sort of say that this is the Arsenal team. People are going to come out of this campaign saying that Arsenal can't get things over the line when that's not fair. Because we have done many a time this season when the pressure's been on us, when we've been in a winning situation, when we've been in the league and we have to win against the likes of Wolves, or we have to win against these teams when other teams have dropped points. We've done that this season. But this second half of the season has not been good enough, not been consistent enough. And these last two games, when we really needed to put it on, it's let us down. So I'll be talking about it more in tomorrow's show. But
looking forward to that.
It is
don't miss that, people.
Not good enough. Not good enough is an understatement. And it's put a dampener on what has been a very good season because no one expected us to get top four. I don't care what anyone says. If people want to say that there's one thing saying that this is Arsenal football team and we should be top four, and another thing saying this is Arsenal, like we are getting top four. There's two different things. Don't turn around to every other fan and say I'm not gonna drop my standards. No, that this is not a tit for tat game about who's a better supporter. I'm not dropping my standards nonsense. This ain't that. We ain't playing that game. All right? So I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. No one thought that this Arsenal team was going to get into top four this season. If you did, you're a liar. You're a liar.
I thought we'd get confident. I would have been happy with Conference League. That I said at the beginning of the season. As long as we're in some kind of European football, I would have taken it. I would have taken it. Because are we ahead of schedule? Yeah, probably are. And we've probably got to a point now where we're absolutely shot and we're knackered and we and the squad is threadbare, which I'll go more into tomorrow what I think about that. But I just before Granit Xhaka has came out after the game and he's been very damning after the game. He's put the blame on the players. He said that we didn't stick to the game plan of what the manager told us. He's also said there's players that if they can't, come out and give a performance in such a big game like that, then these are damning words. They should have stayed at home.
Yeah, well, he's
very,
right.
very, very, very damning words from Granit Xhaka.
He's right. Granit Xhaka is right. He's right there in what he says, and he has every right to say that. But I hope he's including himself in that. I hope he's including himself in that because there was no one there tonight that put it on. Not one player. Not one player. We're talking about Ramsdale's performance, but he shouldn't have been peppered like that. Like he shouldn't have been in a situation where he's having to make those saves. No one's coming out of that because goalkeepers. Look, I've been there. No goalkeeper wants to come out after a loss and be like, "Oh, you done well there, mate. You could have been 5, 6, or 7." No, we don't care. We'd rather we had no shots on goal. When we did have anything, we weren't great, but we won. We don't care. We care about the result. We don't care about playing well. Keepers don't care about playing well as long as the team wins. So Ramsdale won't be coming out of that thinking, "Oh, I've had a decent game there. What were you boys doing?" Nah. He'd be gutted that he could see the 2 goals. He'd be looking at every single chance, every single opportunity where he could have potentially saved it.
It seems like Xhaka's the one come out. Arteta's come out tonight and been pretty diplomatic.
Got one more game.
He's literally said that anything can happen tonight. He said that United and Newcastle were the better team. Yeah. He said that we didn't play. From the off, we was terrible from the beginning. So they're not hiding behind anything. They know what they know. They know what happened, and I'm sure there's some choice words being said in the dressing room after the game. But it's sad that we've got to end the season like this, because it is ended now. Yes, okay, look, because something mad could still happen. It could, but let's not make no mistakes here. The season's over for us, and there'll be a lot. I've got a lot more to say tomorrow about certain things, which I'll keep until tomorrow anyway.
All right. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined us tonight. Arthur Simpson, I think that's a new name in there. Make sure you press that subscribe button. Got Johnny in there, very vocal tonight. Make sure you join us tonight, Johnny. We've also got Russ in there. I did see that. There you go, Russ. How you doing, mate? I agree. Disgusting performance. It's a very, very sour note to end what could have been a good
just
season.
To add to everybody watching, the Granit Xhaka, just continuing with what he said, he's also said that we don't deserve Champions League. We don't know. We didn't deserve Europa League. I don't know why some players didn't stick to the game plan. Very damning. I've never heard this from an Arsenal player coming out and been this vocal before. But to say that we don't even deserve to be in Europa League. Yeah, but he's right. He's right. He's probably right.
But look
he's
at
upset.
That. Yeah, the thing is, like he's not wrong, because if we go into the Europa League, and we're not listening to the game plan of what the manager says, because it happened earlier on in the season, it was happening last season, where we kind of look like, why are we starting like this? Arsenal do well and have done well this season because we come out of the blocks. We come out of the blocks against Tottenham. First 20 minutes, come out the blocks, put them on the back foot, come out the blocks, try and get an early goal. Yeah, if you don't, get into half time, settle down, know that you've done well, and continue that. Yeah, and then eventually something will come with your patience. Yeah, we didn't even come out the blocks tonight, and that's when you know we're not getting anything out of the game. We did the same against Everton. We did the same against Brighton. We did the same against Palace. We didn't come out the blocks. And if you don't, you're going to get punished. All right.
I think it must have been just one. I think they must have been scared, mustn't it? For Xhaka to come out and say, he's obviously come out and he's upset because he's on that pitch, and obviously, I did see him once do this, shake his head, and he is part of the team, so he's obviously part to blame as well. But he's obviously seen something out there tonight to say, you've let the team down tonight. There must have been players out there who were just rolled over.
But it's all well and good shaking your head, but you're a leader. You're meant to be a leader. Like, if you're a leader in the team, then that's where you grab them by the scruff of the neck and give them a kick up the arse and tell them to get moving. That's where you want your leaders to galvanise the team, to motivate them, and be the manager on the pitch. Like, it's all well and good shaking your head and making a great statement afterwards, but we want it on the pitch. And this is why people talk about we lack leadership.
Yeah, we do.
It's captain hindsight. It's all well and good, but after the game, the score's still 2-0. It's not going to change. We needed it in the game. And that's not just Granit Xhaka. That's meant that El Nene's an older head. Like, there's not many on the pitch.
Like, I'll tell you what tonight as well. I'll tell you what tonight. You're right, but again, when you get these top teams, which we're aspiring to be, we're aspiring to be a top side. There's players on the pitch. Okay, you're not a leader. Yeah, you're not a shouter, but you do it by performance. That's the type of team we've got. We've got more players who are going to show on the pitch that Saka's going to have a blinder, so it's going to go down the pitch, and others are going to play well. But when every single player, Odegaard, Smith-Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, Nketiah, when they're all having an absolute nightmare, and you're looking at them and you're thinking, what's going on here? I think even if you've got a Van Dijk at the back screaming and shouting, I don't think it's going to get you anywhere. And I think you need more than one, don't you? You need more. You need like 3 leaders on the pitch and a couple of players that can take the game by the scruff of their neck and sort of like, without doing the shouting, and show like on the ball that you know, you G them up that way, you know, and get the team going through your performance. But tonight, well, I mean, I've not got words, mate. We've had plenty of words tonight. There'll be plenty more tomorrow, but yeah, very, very disappointed. That, you know, I find it hard to be gutted, really, because sometimes you can play well and you can lose. You can come on, you can put your head in your hand and think, oh man, I'm absolutely sick to the guts. Tonight, I'm just angry. I'm just annoyed. I'm upset. But yeah,
All right. Let's wrap this up. Otherwise, we'll be talking forever about this horrible game. Yeah, the last 2 comments in there was Johnny saying, "I won't even look at Facebook. I can't handle the Spurs fans gloating. Let down by the team." Yep, we were, Johnny. Thank you for joining us tonight. Make sure you press that like and subscribe button.
Johnny.
If you are new to the show, if you're a new watcher, press that subscribe button now and smash that like. And if you feel a bit frisky, press the share button so everyone can see our miserable faces tonight. All right. Thank you for joining us tonight, Steve.
Cheers, mate. Thank you, as always.
All right. If you are watching on any other platforms, if you're watching on Twitter, go and follow the Arsenal Show. If you are also hit that link in the comment section. Make sure you smash that link, hit the subscribe button, and come and join us in the live chat next time. All right, people. Peace out. Stay safe and wash your hands.